So if I won this game and the other two drew, then I'd win the whole tournament overall. So yeah, I needed to win this game against Taylor, who's a fairly dangerous opponent. He very aggressive. So yeah, I played e3, which I seem to do really well with. I haven't lost a game with 1 e3 yet. d5, f4, c5, knight f3, bishop g4, bishop e2, knight c6, castles, e6, d3, bishop e7, and now queen e1, no, f5. And it was sort of an annoying move. It looks like a good idea because now it's stopping all my e4 ideas. So yeah, I remember this f5 move proved to be rather annoying. So now I played knight d2, knight f6, c3, castles a3. Now I'm planning to go b4. He went b5. So on h3 to kick the bishop. Bishop takes f3. Bishop takes f3. And now e4 might be a possibility, especially when this knight's going to be weak. I've got its diagonal. Queen b6, which is a good move. It protects the knight and also the attack on my king. b3. Okay, it looks weird having all these pawns like this, but well, I played b3, just keep my pawns flexible basically. I can play bishop b2 now, and you can't play c4 because I can take, and if he plays b4 I can take and then push or something. Yeah, so it keeps good flexibility. Rook c8, king h1. So I want to get out the way of this queen diagonal. Rook f8, now e4. So now I'm starting to open up the position, and now d4. And I was quite happy after d4 because now he allows me to play c4. And now the pawns are starting to get blocked up on the queen side, which is now allowing me to play on his king side because I'm not launching g4 at him. We play e5 to get some space, or I'm even threatening just to take on f5, and then queen's coming all the way up to e6. So he now plays pawn takes c4. So I take on c4, and now I have the rook to come to b1. Bishop to f8. Now I take, queen e6 check, king h8, queen takes f5, so I'm just winning a pawn. Knight to e7. It looks like queen's getting a little short of squares. Queen g5, h6, queen g3, knight to f5, queen to f2, now knight to e3. So he's lost a pawn, but he's got a fair bit of compensation for it. Knight's come all the way into e3. But I just play rook g1, preparing g4 at some point. And I can still play rook b1, queen c7, attacking the f4 pawn, and I just went g3, queen d7, so now attacking the h3 pawn, so king h2, rook e8, knight e4. It's fine, I get this move in, now I'm actually attacking this knight and get rid of it. It's very annoying sitting on that outpost. Knight takes e4, d takes e4. So I took out the pawn just to get a really strong centre going and a good pawn storm. So eventually I'm going to launch all these pawns at his king. Now it takes c4. Also, if I take the bishop, he can take on c4 like this as well. If I take, he's got rook takes e4. So it's best to take at the pawn, and now after knight takes c4, I could play bishop to g4 and win the exchange. Queen b7, bishop takes c8, and actually my opponent lost here on time. He didn't quite make the, I think it was the 30th move or something. Yeah, because this is my 30th move. So I played my 30th move and he hasn't recaptured yet. He ran out of time before he could actually capture the bishop. So it's quite a way to lose, but well, I guess he takes with the rook, and then I'm the exchange up, but it's still a little tricky because of these really strong pass pawns, and there's pawns on pre, and my pieces aren't very well coordinated. My bishop's very passive. So I guess I would have continued with queen c2 here, attacking the knight and protecting his pawn. And now, well, the knight retreats. Well, this looks like a common choice, and it's e5. So I don't know. I should be winning, but it's still, it's a little tricky, basically. So just to win on time, I was happy I'd won my 6th game, and that meant I could just watch to see how the other 2 games were going, to see if I had to play a playoff or not. So anyway, thanks for watching. I did have to play the playoff game. I'll tell you that now. So that video will be up next. So yeah, make sure you watch that one. It's a playoff for £2,000. Okay, bye.